How's it going, everyone? Electron man. We're gonna do a little different something today. I've been working on the shortwave radios, and I decided I'm gonna, I can tune them and everything, but I don't have any good antenna to hook them up to really listen to all the shortwave. I've got my ham radio antennas, but I don't want to be disconnecting them. So anyway, I've decided I'm just gonna do a long wire. I've done those before. They work pretty good. They work great if you want to put a tuner on them. Then you can kind of make them real broadbanded. But basically, I found some old copper antenna wire, insulated wire that I can use as a long wire, and I think I got about 50 or 60 feet. I know you really want about 100 and something feet for if you want to get down into low bands. But anyway, I just want something basically that I can listen to the shortwave, and obviously in a metal building, a long wire outside is going to do a whole lot better than inside. Anyway, that kind of brings me up to date where we're at here. Well, I'm using this Tinkercad, and I've tried all the different CAD programs for 3D printing, and this is the only one that I found that's easy enough for me to use. There's definitely a lot more detailed ones, but this one's kind of web driven. It's free, and anyway, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make I need some insulators. I realized I've got the copper wire, but I don't have any insulators, and I was looking online thinking about buying some. I thought, God, I got a 3D printer. Why don't I just make my own? So that's the intention here. Is we're gonna make ourselves a couple of insulators for my long wire. Thought it might be kind of interesting to all you hand guys to see how to do this, and I'm not gonna get real detailed, but you don't have to get detailed to use this Tinkercad. Anyway, basically, I don't know if you can. Hopefully, you can see all this. Let me see if I can get the screen a little bit better here. I don't know. I'm using my GoPro, so it's kind of hard for me to tell what your view is. Hopefully, this is a pretty good idea. Anyway, you can pick different. Since I'm starting a new project, basically, I can just print, or I can pull over if I want. If it needs to be a box or a spear, or it gives you a lot of different options as far as you're starting. A star, a tube, a heart. Anyway, I figure with what I'm wanting to do here, make some insulators. Basically, I think I'll just start with a cylinder here, kind of centered in here, centered on the grid here, and then basically, I figure I'll just elongate the cylinder. We'll make it about 80 centimeters. Should be about right. So go 80 there, and then I'll stretch her out a little bit like that. And so now you kind of get an idea of what I'm thinking of for my insulator. So now that I've got my initial drawn here, this will be my outside of my insulator. Then I just need to put a couple holes in each end, and basically it's going to be made of PLA. It's going to be made of plastic, so that's all I really need. So since I need to put holes in there, I'll go ahead and put it down so we don't want it that thick. But stay back on the ladder. A lot of times it's just figuring out which one to click. There we go. And we'll make it about, we'll make it 10 centimeters thick. That should be more than enough. Like that. And then let's go back up to, I don't want the bottom view, I want just the top view. Okay, so now that I got my initial shape done, now all I need to do is take and add a hole to it. And that has a box and a whole cylinder hole, so we just want to take this over here. We're going to put our hole right somewhere around there. That's going to be our relief. I want to leave enough meat around it so that it doesn't pull through. Now let's shrink her down a little bit. Line up like that. And then we're going to just copy it. I'll see here. Control D. Okay, now there should be two there. Yeah, there we go. And then we'll just line up our other end, like so. Now then we have, you kind of get an idea of my basic shape that I'm thinking for I mean, I could use square. I just figured curved would kind of look pretty. You could do the same with the box and stretch it out. Oh, and then what I want to do is I want to get a side cut of it. And as you can see, yeah, we want to leave it at 0. What we want to do is adjust the height of it. Which I remember I made that 10 thickness, 10 millimeters thickness, so. Well, it's kind of hard from there. Let me get a side view here. Make it 10 millimeters too. Back to top view, and there's my part. We'll go ahead and export that as a STL file, which is what my printer recognizes as far as 3D files, or at least my slicer, as they call it. But basically, there I've made my 3D pattern, so I'll just export that pattern, and it gives you different, depending on your 3D printer, what kind. Mine likes to use .stl, so I just use it, and I want to include everything in the design and do an STL. Now we can open this up in 3D print or 3D paint and see what it looks like. Let's see here. Yep, well, stop it. Just try to move it around, but oh, I can just shrink it here. But that's something I just didn't paint. But anyway, there's your part. You can see the part. If you're looking at it in 3D, it looks pretty good. So now what I'll do is I'll just export that over to my printer. And look at my printer here. I use where'd it go? What was the name of that program? It's called Replicator, but I'm just looking for my slicer here. Makerware. Okay, and then I'll go over here and open up my Makerware 3D slicer printer utility. I go ahead and open it up, and then I'll add the file that I just copied over, which I called Insulator Antenna. Go ahead and insert it in there. As you can see, I now have it inserted on the platform, and then we'll go ahead and click Make. And how much infill do I want to do? I think I'm going to do a little more infill than that. I'm going to do about 30% infill. It doesn't need to be solid, but I want it good and thick. That's just all my basic moves there. The speed, if I slow it down, it will make it more defined. I don't need it to be perfect quality, so we'll leave it at the defaults there. And then we'll just click Make It. And what it's going to do is it's going to slice it. As you see it's slicing it, it's going to verify it. And there goes my 3D printer. And I love that new mat. I tell you, makes me a lot more quick to use the 3D printer with having that magnetic mat. That has been it's a huge upgrade for the printer. You might want to check out my video on that. As far as this magnetic mat here, I'm telling you, it's made life so much easier as far as printing stuff that comes off so easy. Used to I'd be out there with a putty knife for it. I was gonna gouge up my my heated bed to get the pieces off, and that just makes all the difference. But anyway, we're just waiting for the printer to heat up here, and we'll go ahead and let it get started. Once it gets started, I'll probably pause the video, and then when it finishes, we'll look at the finished product. But anyway, it's Saturday evening. I'm kind of anxious. As far as my DX120, I'm pretty much done with all the lime and everything. I'm gonna have another video coming in on that. But like I said, I realized I really need an external antenna to enjoy the fruits of my labor to get that radio back up and running. But here I am chatterboxing again. I don't know. I tell you, I just like to talk, I think. But anyway, well, we're just about got the bed platform up to temperature. if you can see that or not, but I've got it got set at 110 Celsius for the platform. Once it senses that, it'll well, as you can see now, the extruder's starting to heat up, which is 230 Celsius if you want to know those settings. And of course, as soon as it heats up, it will start. That's too many us. Yeah, I'll tell you what, the hand bands are pretty hot tonight. They've been going pretty good all day long up here. That and 2 meter radio has been hopping all the way around. Hopefully you're not hearing. I tried to turn them down, but been kind of interesting day as far as radios go. Love it when the propagation's up. Well, we're just burning time here, waiting for this thing to start printing, so you can. I don't know why it's watch it start, but I thought I might as well give you that part of it. I'll probably clip some of this out. There she goes. She'll do a nozzle cleaner right at the front. And there she goes to printing. We'll start with the circles. That you can kind of see the outline there. There's your outline. Anyway, we'll come back here in about probably 30 or 45 minutes when the part's done, and we'll take a look at it and see what I created. Okay, as you can see here, another I don't know what, probably 45 minutes later is that. 30-45 minutes later, we're just about done with my new antenna insulator, my new 3D part. Kind of watch it here and as she finishes up her printing, and then we'll show you what the finished part looks like. And there she goes. One finished part. Build time was 41 minutes. Now then, the cool part, I just take my little magnetic thing and voila. Just like that. So easy. I know I keep harping about that, but man, if you knew how hard of a time I've had before getting parts off, you'd appreciate that. It's still hot. Woo. But there's what she looks like. We're getting a good view of that. I can't think of a better insulator than that right there. There you go. I run my wire through there to insulate the wire from my connection on that end. I mean, that simple. You saw from start to finish how easy it was to make a nice little antenna insulator. I could probably sell these guys, you know. It costs nothing to manufacture, and I guarantee that is as strong as you're ever going to want. Anyway, hopefully this is a little informative video for you guys out there. I just thought I'd go ahead and show you the whole process, since I needed to make these, and hopefully you learned something from it, and you'll come back and visit me again. Anyway, have a great day out there. This is the Electron Man. If you get a chance, please like and subscribe.